Major breaking news now. Detectives from the Los Angeles Police Department Robbery Homicide Division have arrested singer David Burke for the murder of Celeste Rivas. Burke is being held without bail. The case will be presented to the DA's office on Monday for filing consideration. You may remember, and we've been reporting, Rivas's body was found in the trunk of David's car in September of last year. She was only 14 years old. Again, this breaking news just into our newsroom. We're working to get more information, and we'll continue to follow this story.
We do want to go ahead and bring in now ABC's Alex Stone on the phone to speak more about this case. Alex, you've been following this from the very beginning. What can you tell us as far as this breaking information goes this afternoon?
Well, Mark and Michelle, sources are telling us that this is based off of evidence that the LAPD was able to gather and put together and now is going to be presenting to the LA County DA for a filing decision on Monday. This was not from any kind of indictment. We know that the case had gone to a grand jury. It was expected that there might be an indictment coming sometime soon. We were thinking in the last couple of months or in the next few weeks.
Now, mind you, this happened last year back in September, and this girl was 14 years old, right? And I kept saying, well, where was the parents at? She was a minor. She was she's supposed to have ran away from home. A lot of us had already suspected that he did this, right? And I remember when it happened, they found her body. It was cut up. It was in different bags. It was in like the trunk of the car. This was devastating, right? Devastating. He ended up going on tour, right? But now he's arrested. And he's being charged with murder now. Right now, he's the only one arrested. But y'all remember they put out a press release at the time of her unaliving, right? Robbery Homicide Division investigation into the death of Celeste Rivas Hernandez. The Los Angeles Police Department Robbery Homicide Division has been diligently investigating the death of Celeste Rivas Hernandez over the past several weeks. At this time, we can confirm that Celeste Rivas Hernandez is deceased and her body was found in the front trunk area of a Tesla belonging to David Burke. The vehicle has been parked at the location from which it was towed for several weeks. So Miss Rivas Hernandez may have been deceased for several weeks before the discovery of her body. The Los Angeles County Medical Examiner has not yet determined the cause or manner of Miss Rivas Hernandez's death. As such, it remains unclear whether there is any criminal culpability beyond the concealment of her body. RHD is thoroughly examining every aspect of this case to uncover the truth and seek justice for Celeste Rivas Hernandez and her family. Now, like I said, this thing was crazy, right? And it took them a while to come up with, charges. And I felt like they should have charged them last year. Like, first of all, the body was found in his car. The girl was a minor, right? And it took them all this time. But if it took them all this time, best believe they got something thorough. This dude is in serious trouble.
This was not from that. We are told that this is evidence that they have been compiling going back to when her body was found last September, that now they have reached a point where they believe they have probable cause, and it's gone to the DA.
All right. And so a lot of people wondering, so many things seem to point to him. Why did it take them this long to make the arrest? We know they're pretty methodical about how they do things, but.
Yeah, it's a good question. One of the things that they were waiting on, Mark, was the cause of death. And there was difficulty reaching that cause of death, not to get too graphic, but her body was in multiple parts. It was in, we know from court documents, 2 different body bags in the front trunk of that Tesla when her body was found. So it was difficult for the medical examiner to determine the cause of death. So they had to prove or be able to show to the DA that she was murdered, that it wasn't something else where, let's say that she overdosed and then somebody freaked out and put her body in that trunk. They have to be able to prove that it was murder. They now believe that they can do that.
All right.
Yeah, we also know, David, as many entertainers do, had an entourage of people around him at times. I know some other individuals have been considered as drivers of this vehicle or either around. Any information on possibly how this could impact other people that David was around that also may have been around Celeste Rivas?
Michelle, we don't know yet, and if there are any other arrests that are going to be coming in this case. We know that there were a number of witnesses who came and testified in front of the grand jury, again, that this was not an indictment, that this is probable cause that the LAPD put together and moved forward on. But during the grand jury proceedings, which are secret as they're ongoing, that there were a number of other people who came forward, those who are close to David, friends of David, family members of his were subpoenaed to go in front of the grand jury. So if there are other arrests that could be coming, we don't know. But as of right now, he is the only one that we know of under arrest.
See, he should have been cooked a long time ago because he had already had his best friend turn on him. Y'all remember that grand jury? The best friend came and said that Celeste was a victim, right? My whole thing is her body was cut into pieces, right? He had help. They had somebody that drove the car to that place because he wasn't the only one operating that vehicle. So we already know that they got snitches. And if it took them this long with all of the clues and all the stuff that they had during the investigation, this dude is fried. You can fillet and fast food him. It's over for him. Because they had a whole year to go really do the groundwork and find out what happened. They had people testifying behind the scenes. Like, he's done, man. He's done. And he's probably the only one that was arrested because they got people that's going to testify against him.
Here's what I'm going to do, okay? I'm going to read you what Neil Langston just posted on his Instagram account. And I will tell you, it's quite telling, okay? And I'm curious why he posted it, why of all times right now. I'm going to try to put it into context a bit more, but this is important. This is a big development. So Neo took to Instagram with a series of posts. There was one that said, "I understand due to my silence and the silence in general, it leaves a void of information that everyone wants to fill. But at the end of the day, this case isn't about me. It isn't about you. It's about getting justice for the victim and her family, and I care a lot more about that than trying to fill that void because of public opinion. Obviously wasn't doing my part at first, but now I am. I've stayed loyal to my mindset and I will continue to. I'm not publicly going to give any opinion or emotion about this case because I find it disrespectful and not my place to weigh in on it, especially as it's still ongoing. I'm not going to spam post to justify and perform my feelings and thoughts for the internet, trying to satisfy people who have already made up their minds about me. In time, the record will speak for itself, and I'm moving on with my life." There's another post where he apparently said, "I think the worst part is that I've told so many people that I trust that I thought knew me as a person, my side of things, all for that to be thrown out the window as soon as I get arrested and they slap that bleep's name next to mine." I'm assuming he's referring to David here. "And for the record, the thing I was arrested for, I wasn't even charged. They never filed it. My warrant was retracted because there is more to the story than what's on the news." Then there's this post. "Thankfully, I'm legally fine in every way, and boy, do I got all my receipts for things. Ha 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 ha." This raises a lot of questions about why he posted this. Obviously, he can't and will not say anything to jeopardize his legal rights, right? Probably instructed by the government to not say anything either if he had spoken in front of the grand jury. Probably his attorney said, don't say anything. I don't even know if his attorney was consulted with this post, but it seems like he's trying to correct whatever misconception or misunderstanding the public has on him or his alleged role in this, because there is a lot of talk about it.
So this guy, to me, this looks like a sacrifice. Like, these weirdos, man, you know, this guy, you could tell he's all of them are part of the Skittles crew, right? And he's a straight up weirdo. This guy has a lot of money. He's on tour, right? Because they support each other. He's on tour. People riding around in that car, and this girl had been unalive for some time now, right? And they talking about that they took a lot of them. They took a ride out in the desert somewhere. This Asian dude gave up a lot of statements on this situation, right? We know that he's going to be a star witness because they was once best friends, and now he's calling him a piece of you know what, and he's saying that he got his receipts. So the girl body's dismembered. That tow truck, if it wasn't for them, because that car was in that lot for a long time. So that means that David wasn't driving that car. That was one of his cars that was registered in his name. That tow truck came and went to tow the car and smelled something rotten, right? And then when they opened up the trunk, they found that body, right? But mind you, how come the parents wasn't locked up? This girl was 14 years old. 14. Like it's crazy. I mean, 14. My son go around the corner. I'm worried. Like your baby girl didn't come home. Like this thing is real crazy. But the state of California now has enough evidence to charge him with first-degree murder because, like I said, they got a bunch of people that's going to be testifying against this dude, man.
The people of state of California v. David Burke. Nathan Hochman at the top. He's the Los Angeles County District Attorney. Beth Silverman, too, who we believe is the attorney prosecuting this case. So confirming, again, this is a real case. They're the prosecutors. There was even video or pictures of her coming in and out of court. It goes on to say that there is now pending in the Superior Court of the County of Los Angeles the above entitled grand jury investigation by the state of California against Target David Burke. David, that's his real name, David, wherein Target may be involved in having committed the following criminal offenses against the laws of the state of California, to wit, 1 count of murder. And when I looked up the penal code that was allegedly broken here, murder is the unlawful killing of a human being or a fetus with malice aforethought, basically an intentional killing. The filing goes on to say, on September 8th, 2025, at approximately 10:30 hours, Los Angeles Police Department, LAPD detectives received a phone call from the manager of Hollywood Area Official Police Garage. The manager stated a black Tesla Model X had been impounded as an abandoned vehicle by the Department of Transportation on September 5th, 2025. The manager told police there was a strong smell of decay coming from the vehicle, which was attracting flies. LAPD detectives responded to the Hollywood tow yard to investigate. Detectives approached the vehicle, which was parked on the upper deck of the impound lot, and immediately noticed the smell of decaying biological material consistent with a decomposing corpse coming from the front storage compartment of the vehicle. Detectives obtained a search warrant for the vehicle, and when the front storage compartment was opened, detectives observed a black cadaver bag covered with insects and a strong odor of decay. Utilizing black latex gloves, detectives partially unzipped the bag and observed a decomposed head and torso. Investigators and criminalists from the Los Angeles County Department of Medical Examiner responded to the tow yard to process the decomposed body. Upon removing the cadaver bag from the front storage compartment, it was discovered the arms and legs had been severed from the body. A second black bag was discovered underneath the cadaver bag.
So again, this girl was 13 at the time when she was on, running away with him. And I did videos on this when this first happened, right? And now he's been arrested after all these months. He's finally arrested. But like I said, her body was dismembered, man. And she was in the trunk all that time. I can't wait till all this stuff get uncovered, man. Till they get in court and all this stuff get uncovered. To me, this is like a sacrifice. Like he was, I don't know, man. Like it's that Hollywood stuff, man. He's part of that community over there. You can look at him, right? What did he do to get on? What was he willing? I don't know, man. Like, as more of this come out, because this is going to be in the news. As more of this come out, I'm gonna report more of this because I know that this is going to be what's going to be being talked about, especially with this. This was a child, right? Y'all let me know what y'all think. What's your opinion on this, man? Do you think that the parents should be arrested? The parents should be held accountable as well? Because at some point they was in a relationship and the parents knew about this. Y'all let me know what y'all think. If you made it this far in the video, hit that like button, subscribe to Street Media TV, leave your comments in the comment section. Remember, I love y'all. Till the next time. Peace.